Hello, everybody. We are back, and I am here with Mr. Georgie Mejia. George, what did you do for everybody?
I showed people Dragon Stillbass deck, set 5.
Okay, well, hold on.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good deck.
Yeah, use Disco, though. You can't play Ramp anymore. That you lose to Abyss very hard, so
Yeah.
I didn't think people would see this coming either.
Well, I would have thought this would have lost to Abyss, too, like if you played against like a hand rip, but I mean, you clearly won.
So
You did that.
I made the deck to where it didn't feel as bad to get ripped. So if they're doing it, they put in your X or you draw a trail, that kind of thing, so it doesn't feel as bad. Because regardless, it's going to get pitched one way or another.
Yeah.
So they just do it for you. So
Yeah.
that was the mentality of a lot of this deck building.
Well, you took first place at a half-case tournament. Do you remember what your matchups were before we get into the deck itself?
Yeah, round 1, it was a Rune player.
Like Lashena?
Yes, Lashena.
Okay, that
but
matters.
Forte just wins that matchup.
Yeah.
And then
it has and always will.
Yeah, it just solos it. Lirio also helps with that. That matchup was very free. Round 2 was the hand rip Abyss, but the guy playing it, he's actually spectating me round 1, so he knew I was on Disco, so he didn't want to rip my cards. So I still was able to take that game. Round 3 was Egg Haven. That matchup is, I'd say, it's definitely 50-50. But I was able to take that one as well. Lirio was insane against that as well. And round 4, I did lose to Abyss. I won the Dyro. I opted to go first. I thought it was on hand rip, but he was on the Sanguine, which I guess I should have done second. But if I see Abyss, I'm going to assume hand rip.
But you got the run back, I think.
I got the run back in the finals,
in the finals.
And I did win there.
Yeah.
And I guess top 4, I placed another Sanguine Abyss, and I ended up winning that one. I had 1 life left, but I brought that one back. Lirio OP. I think I faced 3 Abyss.
Yeah, I think Abyss is really tricky this format because you'd be playing so many different things. But I guess you probably
there's so many variants too, so it's tough to like, do I go first? Do I go second?
Yeah.
But then I'm just gonna choose first, and if it happens to be a Sanguine,
Lirio on 3 is pretty great.
Exactly. So you just go with it.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into the deck itself.
Okay. Starters. You got your flute. You need it. This card just has everything.
3 flute.
So
like he said, it's Disco. So.
It's Disco. You need to play 3. Next, you want some heals. You got 3 Nest. This card's insane. It's a 1-drop. And
it's too good.
I like this card as well because against like hand rip Abyss, you play this on 1, so it's just there. So even if you're like running out of cards, technically, it's still there. So on 7, you should live. That deck's really slow. So this is gonna be there, and then 7, you heal, draw, so you're back in. 3 blazing, you still need to out things, and this and overflow is insane.
Nice.
3 bell, you need this card. I am also on 2 evos.
Oh, nice.
You had the space for this one. I opted not to play Oguri because the hand size does matter. So you didn't want to empty your hand on your own, So I just opted not to play it. So the extra deck was very open. And so in Bell Ringer, no one really expects 2. They expect the 1. So the second one could catch people off guard. And I think I did go into 2. So it came up. 3 Oracle, honestly. I'm thinking about cutting this card. It did okay, but it kind of just takes from you because this deck you really do want the hand size.
Whenever you have like an aggro locals too, it feels worse.
Exactly, but I played it because you play the Star Phoenix, so you want an additional spell that's lower cost. So that was also a mentality that I had. Like, okay, worst case, I have a Star Phoenix in grave. I activate a lot of the times I was honestly drawing. But for now,
maybe you can test out instead of that, like disdainful rendering or something like the 1-drop spell.
The issue was that you don't have enough followers. So like sometimes the Phoenix is there, sometimes it is. I don't like having dead cards.
Yeah.
So for now, it's still there. 2 Divine Tiger. I didn't go with 3 because it isn't a quick, and so I felt 2 was fine. And I'm already at 44 cards. So I
forgot to mention that.
I'm at 44 and. 45 just didn't seem like.
Do you count your decks before you're building them?
A lot of times,
like before you finalize your list, do you count them?
I started at 60.
As long as it's legal,
bring
right?
It down, so I was only able to slim it to 44. So I was like,
I think it makes more sense once you get through the
and
list,
also with Sword making you mill a lot, you don't ever want to deck out. So
yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's there. So
that's
now,
a legitimate
3 trail, it draws. You need it. There's
Yeah.
times I did do a tournament. I did it on 2. It's Drew. It's fine. Replace itself. The MVP though, Star Phoenix. This card came up a ton. I guess a local is very aggro, and this card just handles aggro.
You play 3 Evo too, don't you?
3 Evo for this card.
Yeah. Oh, you said you have a lot of space. That Evo.
Yeah, a lot of space. But yes, 3 Evo is definitely manageable. You make the room for this card. It was just clearing. So a lot of times the removal spell, summon this for 1, Evo, swing you out 3 bodies, 2 cards, and the tempo is just in your favor.
Yeah.
And you play Forte, so
yeah,
it's like you're gonna removal is insane, and this card coming back, cycling's good. I opted to play 2 Dragon Warriors because I was a little scared of Sword and I wanted more options, and I didn't want to play the Knuckler because I don't have enough followers, so I felt I could get the 4 drop.
Oh yeah.
So I opted to go with the Dragon Warrior, and it came up a lot. So I think it was popping a lot. This is the 3 defenders because 4 is really awkward. So a card coming up I played, but I felt this card was really good. And I also did, even though I'm playing 2, I still went with 2 Dragon Warriors. Extra deck is super open, and this card, if it gets bounced to your hand, if you draw it 2, a lot of the time it's still live. So
nice.
I just still went for the 2.
So I think it's nice to point out that all of those, like those 5 evolves, are all live. There's no dead cards. So that's nice about this deck. That the Evo is pretty
something
light.
I love. And then 3 Wrath. It does -5, and it's on 3. And then overflow, you draw 1, so you gotta play 3.
Without Lyriel, not that Lyriel hurts you that much, but
it does with rights,
Oh yeah, that's true.
I think against the Abyss, I had 3 rights on board. I did -6 to it, so it shaved off 6 damage. So it still hurts.
Lyriel's popular.
Yeah, but this card you gotta play. It's better now. There's less aura cards, so you don't have to worry about.
Actually, Dragon's like one of the only decks that can out it easily on 3 because of Wraith.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess there's what's his name, Shapeshifting Mage, right?
Mage, and this deck has a lot of options with the Phoenix as well. You do 3 and then you swing -2 and 5. So I did that a lot as well.
Okay, Humpty does not actually count. Stop saying Humpty.
Now we got 3 rights. Another one your MVP is. You want to see this very soon, but if not, it's not the end of the world. But it makes your games a lot easier.
Yeah.
So, and this is a new card. 1 Craving. I didn't feel that I had enough removal. I only did 1 because it is neutral and I can't bring Phoenix back, but it doing 4 damage on 3 and healing you, I felt it was good enough, and people don't see this card coming either, so it outs what you needed to. Outs 10 man on 3, it outs the Alice if they swing, so really like this card. The +1 heal, it comes up. And now my combo, 3 Path, and your 3 Lyriel. Yeah. This card is absolutely insane. It wins you the egg matchup. It helps against Abyss, if you're on that Sanguine variant. But do this. You don't take the damage. And this is 2/5. So combo this with your right, you're dealing 4. So it stacks up very quick. So this card is a must. You definitely need this. It makes the deck playable. Would not play without it. Next, 3 Forte. The 2 Evo. It's Forte. The extra deck is open, but I didn't feel that the 3 was necessary. Just 2 is fine. So
if you need to go into 3.
Yeah, if you need to go into 3,
probably lost.
Exactly. So now we have Daddy Long.
Of course.
Free Shenlong. 1 Evo. This card's insane. You're playing Disco.
Should be at 3, but yeah.
Should be at 3. I almost played 2 because extra deck was so open, but I didn't see it. Even when Forest puts it back to the bottom, you don't really have a way to get it back to your hand. So just the 1. And next, 2 Conflag. I only went with 2 because it is a 5-drop spell, and if my hand's getting ripped, I wanted to have as many low-cost spells active as soon as possible so I can activate them if need be.
Right.
But I still think this card is necessary, so I just went for the 2. And overall, it showed up when it needed to.
Is there any changes you think you'd make to the deck after that tournament?
Maybe try to slim it to 40, but I don't really know what I'd cut right now.
I mean, you're on 3 Path, so you're gonna dig really deep. You're on Trail.
So, and Path is also removal. A lot of people forget about that. It's removal. If you're under 6, it just does 6 damage to the board. So it comes up. A lot of the time, I put myself under that purposely, and then I'll summon the Lyriel.
Yep.
To get the board, and
Congratulations, George. You're going to be on this deck for the rest of the format?
I don't know yet.
Now that the spice is coming out?
We'll see if people count on me or not. We'll see.
All right, congrats, George. We'll see you in another one.